think it's time we wake the sleeping beast. This car hasn't been touched since September. Was it September or October? I think it was October was when I covered it up. Yeah, it was, because I had it out for Halloween. And shortly after that we went ahead and mothballed it. So let's see what she looks like after all these months. Red beauty. This thing's got to be washed. So what I do with the cover is, in between seasons, I wash it and put it in a plastic tote bin. Well, she looks like she survived. Now, what we got to do is hook the battery up. When you've got a battery on a trickle charger, it's best practice to just leave it unplugged. So we'll go ahead and disconnect that. I smell mouse repellent. It's really just like these little minty herbal sachets. Mice don't like this stuff, so they'll avoid nesting in areas that smell like stuff they don't like. Kind of what humans do, right? Okay. I opted not to use the little plug-in module thing. So the ground is already connected. So I just gotta connect the positive lead. Now, unplugging your battery during a period of extended storage is a wise idea for a couple of reasons. It eliminates parasitic drain. Parasitic drain throughout the winter months will cause the trickle charger to work even harder. And some trickle chargers, like mine, it just won't charge the battery. It goes into fail-safe mode and it shuts off. So that's just how she works. So we don't have it connected during the storage. And of course, you don't want to short this against the chassis, so be careful. So even this old OBD1 car still has some parasitic drains, that are fine normally, but when you're trickle charging over the winter, it's enough to cause the charger to say fuck you. OBD2 cars and cars with all these fancy accessories, like newer cars like those two, the battery would definitely go dead over the course of the winter. Now the risk obviously in letting the battery die, and a lot of people don't understand this, but a discharged battery, let's say I didn't plug in the trickle charger, let's say that battery goes dead, okay, completely dead by I don't know, January. Then we get a nice freeze because this garage is unheated. So we get a nice cold spell comes in, and it gets down to freaking -5 Fahrenheit, right? What's going to happen is the battery will freeze. The electrolyte in the battery, which is discharged, will freeze. I didn't know this. But a discharged battery can freeze over. Didn't know this. Now I do. Don't think I'm going to need the roof rake much anymore. Probably put that back. The mirror's back in position. Let's take a look under the hood. So anyway, I was talking about, you should disconnect your battery. So you want to disconnect your battery for another very different, very, very, very unique reason. And that is rodents. If a rodent were to start chewing up the wiring, which often happens to cars that have been stored for a long period of time, they could potentially cause a fire. Yes, it's real. It can happen. They will certainly do that. So if a happy little rodent decides it wants to turn my car into a motel, what will happen is, if if it decides to chew on the wrong wires, it can cause a short circuit. And if, depending on what those wires are, they could potentially set fire to the car and the house, ultimately. So I'm gonna go around and get rid of all these little sachets. Look for any obvious signs of nesting or chewed wires. I think it's good. And we go inside and we hope and pray that the gods of Japanese technology really wish she wouldn't use this garage to store random bullshit. All right, let's get in. So a couple of things I'm going to do between now and the time I start taking this thing out for joyrides. I got myself a tube of Shin-Etsu grease, and I'm going to have to disassemble the doors. We're going to pull the window tracks out, and we're going to clean and lubricate them. What happens is the grease that we put into the factory. What the hell? So that's on. Okay, good. The grease they put into the factory, it tends to get old, hardened, and the preferred grease of pretty much every car enthusiast is Honda's own Shin-Etsu grease. There we go. Neutral. Contact. Now that's a Miata for you. Which classic car do I buy? Well, the one that starts up every time. That's the one you buy. No. Idling a little rough. We're not gonna hit the gas. We're just gonna let it idle. Let the fuel pressure work its way up. The oil pressure do its thing. Got plenty of it. I think there's a CD in here. I've been looking for it all damn winter. This CD deck's coming out. I got the factory one going back in. I spent hundreds of dollars restoring the original stereo. No shit. Hundreds of dollars. I just paid the last invoice today for the replacement, like a translucent label that they use on the face of the radio. So I'm going to be assembling kits for other folks of Mazda Sensory sound systems to restore their own stereos. It's a lucrative business. What can I tell you? There's a CD in here. I know there is. Where's the eject button? I hate these fucking stereos. These new ones. Everything is so hidden. That's why I want the factory one back in. Where's the damage? Oh, there it is. It's a tiny little button. And, aha, there it is. I just bought another copy of that too. Smells normal. Let's pull it out of the garage. This thing is so unrefined and old. And I want to clean up the garage. There's a lot of... Let me get the... Must have driven this thing at night. Hold on. Get the here so I can see what's behind me. We're going to let it idle for a little while. Let it shake out this junk. All this oil is from when I did the suspension work, and I sprayed all kinds of things everywhere, and I changed the oil and it spilled, and yeah, that happened. What you gonna do? But we didn't catch any mouses. Ah! Nope, not a single one. So that's a good sign. I got some glue traps down. I could probably toss these. You're just going to catch a lot of dust and leaves. Anything in the reel trap over here? Not a thing. Metal trap. Got a trap over here. Nope, nothing. We'll leave him set. Maybe somebody will try to get to him. There's one back there. Didn't get tripped. Got one up there even. It didn't get tripped either. No, I think it did. Right up there. This one got tripped because I think oh no, it's good. Okay. Oh yeah, I got coolant I gotta get rid of. I think that's used coolant. Pretty sure. Opened April 2021. I think that's used. Pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, and then once we have no snow for a little while, I'll clean the rest of this stuff up. But anyway, I can at least start breaking down my winter stuff, like my roof rake. I can break that down, store it back there. And yeah, I'm liking it. I got to clean that mess up over there. I got to put the little froggy back in the yard. Get the tiller going. This thing is great. Just put a little gas in it, fire it up, till the yard, done. All right, well, I got my work cut out for me. Car's idling nice, no complaints. I hear a humming sound. Coming from the airbox. Let's take a look at that. Maybe pop it open. I wonder if a mouse got in there and ate the air filter. It's hard to tell where it could be from. Well, she's good for another season. Not going to take it out on the road right now yet because the roads have been salted recently, so we're not going to drive her today. Maybe another day. Want to see a couple of good rainfalls and no snow for at least a couple weeks before I take it. There was a guy with another one. I just saw one on the way here from work. Another beautiful NA base model, steel wheels. Nice. Just saw him right around the corner, actually. Wonder if he lives around here. But she's running real smooth. You know, all the stuff I did, what was it, last year? When I recalibrated the throttle stop and the idle speed and the timing. Doing all those three at the same time, she's been running beautiful ever since. Consistent and perfect. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right, back she goes. Haven't driven a stick in a little while either. What is that noise? Hold on. Something ain't right. What am I running over? Hold on, something ain't right. Okay, we caught something. We caught a Miata. Yeah, ran over a glue trap. Whoopsies. That's gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Hear the glue trap hitting the wheel well. Whoops.